Welcome to another episode of the Pat Down. I'm here with white boy Chris because he ain't gonna get no whiter, and I'm here with Ding-a-ling Dion. What it is, Dion? And we have a special guest from my past who know all my motherfucking dirt. Y'all give it up to my good friend Cornelius Antonio Lindsey.
Thank you.
And he's here talking about his book that I'm never gonna read, but I'm telling y'all to buy.
I read the first 3 chapters. It's very good. I can vouch for him.
Oh yeah, if Chris can get to the first 3 chapters of a black person book, you know it's good because he ain't never read shit black.
I read Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yeah, that's white as your motherfucking drawers before you put the colored street in the middle of them.
I went to nigga books.
That's my favorite store.
With that said, stay tuned after the music while Chris read another nigga book.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Shit happens. How you doing?
I'm good. I think somebody got off work and decided to kill themselves.
Oh no! What?
Something happened. Nobody was moving. I left at like 3:30.
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
Well, this is a good time to kill yourself. It's a good time to be dead right now.
First of the month, your bill's being due. Yeah, so I ain't got it.
Jeez.
My soul
Do not listen to her. It's not a good time to kill yourself. Stay alive.
I didn't say that. I said it's a good time to get up out of here. Everything is due again. And people get tired of shit being due all the damn time. So. I want to introduce y'all to somebody. This is my good friend. I guess I can say I raised him. This is Antonio Lindsey.
My name is Cornelius.
Cornelius.
I was waiting to see if she was going to get your name right.
I do. I've been calling him Antonio. How many times I fucking use a Cornelius?
You've never. This is the first time you've ever actually used my first name.
Yes.
You've only called me Antonio, which is my middle name.
Yeah, so this Cornelius shit is new to me.
Because in high school, I went by my middle name, but then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna reinvent myself. I'm gonna go by my first name. I never went by it growing up because it was too long and I couldn't spell it.
And Pat, say Cornelius.
Cornelius.
That's why.
What's fuck? Oh, I said. Oh, you got a white boy gonna tell me I said a black boy name?
Oh, man.
Yes.
Cornelius
Man's name is Cornelius.
Cornelius is not a white
He
name.
basically just said that he called himself Antonio because people couldn't say Cornelius. It was too long.
He said he couldn't spell it, nigga. You need to get it right. And your ears are stopped up from the bullshit today. I don't fucking know what's wrong with you. So Cornelius graduated with Ashley, right?
I graduated with Ashley.
Yes, he did.
When did you know she was gay?
Wow, we just came right out the bat with this one.
Yeah.
Our senior year.
Was it senior?
It was just our senior
He
year.
hit it for that long?
Our senior
Yeah, I don't think so.
Times were different back then.
Our senior year.
It was
She was trying to hook up with oh dang, I probably should be talking about all that.
She don't care.
Yeah, I forget. It was one of the guys. I thought she was trying to.
That was your cousin who put the hickey on her neck.
Yeah,
but if
yeah,
I knew,
did.
if I had known he had sucked the gay into her that day, I would have just.
Hold on.
Did he look like a feminine Lil Wayne?
Oh, he was trying to suck the gay out of her.
I wish you would have sucked the gay out of her.
What?
He put a hickey on her neck. I beat her ass.
I remember that. Then like the next day we went to work, and him and I forget the girl's name, but they got busy in my back seat. I think I told you about that because I went back, got in the car, and it smelled like fish. I was so mad. I was like, "Yo, what is that?" Yeah, it was sitting in the back seat, getting it on.
Wasn't that the big black girl?
No, it was the short light skinned girl. I forgot her name.
It was so many of them.
It was so many of them. Yeah,
y'all just fucking all over the place.
No, come on now.
Oh, please.
Come on now.
Yeah,
we were great kids.
We were y'all dicks sucked in my car. Jesus.
So what are we talking about today?
That's privilege. Right there. You had a car.
What did you say, Dion?
Staircases.
This man's a pastor. Stop it, Pat.
was.
He
Was
was.
okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
He's still called.
was still called.
Come on, leave the man
That
alone.
line busy, Chris. It's a
What'd
Zoom
you say,
call.
Dion?
You don't pick up that phone as much as you used to.
Dion, I can't
Email
hear
me.
you.
You
Turn
niggas
Dion
is
up.
crazy.
Oh God.
Hold on, Dion. I can't hear you. Do it again.
What?
I can't hardly hear you.
Oh, I said he don't pick up that phone no more. God don't answer the phone like he used to.
He's got a fax machine.
He be like, Zoom me, nigga, email me.
Yeah, he's
I'm trying to finish my show.
you
I be
don't
streaming.
pastor no more.
I don't pastor anymore. Don't.
That gotta
What made
be
you give it up? Money? I'm sorry. That was rude.
God damn, Dion.
Okay. I've been in the car for almost 2 hours. I've been cussing people out all for the past 2 days. These
You know what
idiotic
it-
drivers, boy.
I honestly, it's the system. It's the system that's created, and it's just it's a crazy world. I still believe in the local church. I still believe in the bride of Christ. I just
You
it's
say
a
the bride
system.
of Christ.
Who you marry? What's
Bride?
that?
That's the bride. It's in the Bible. The church is referred to as the bride.
Cornelius, let me explain something to you. This is a godless podcast, okay? They're not going to understand anything you're saying.
That ain't true. I went to church my whole childhood. I
You ever heard Jesus had a bride?
was like, who do you marry? I ain't never met that one.
I knew what you were saying, but these two.
Not the fuck I did. I've never heard the bride of Christ.
Bride
like,
of Christ.
he
I
said
heard the
bride
bride
of
of Chucky. That bitch was crazy. If she's anything like that, there's a reason why they don't talk about it.
Wait a minute. I've never heard nobody say the bride of Christ.
Mhm.
What do you know?
Always about
Does
the
anybody
man.
around
It's
you read the
patriarchy
Bible?
right there.
No.
She said she tried to read the Bible once, and what happened, Pat?
She got stopped at the thous and those.
They died. I had to get the fuck up out of there. They English was worse than my English. I can't do that. I can't vote with people who can't talk better than me. Yeah. But I've never heard nobody say the bride of Christ.
Yep. Yeah. The
What is
church
that in reference to, Chris?
It's like the church as a whole is the bride of Christ. So he's the head of the church, and then the church is like intertwined with Jesus.
Did he say that, or did y'all saying that on his behalf?
It's in the Bible.
Okay.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Give us some water, Nakia.
It's in
Make
the
sure it's holy water.
What page is it on? What testimony?
Cornelius is gonna have to help me, but I'm pretty sure it's in the Gospels, right?
No, it's testimony. Is it in Eureka?
Is it in Eureka? It's Eureka.
It's Eureka's Castle.
Yeah, it's Eureka's 469.
Chapter Nickelodeon, season 3.
Very silly.
You mean you talking Ephesians, and we in
Fiji, like the water.
no Ephesians.
I can hear the Christian writer right now.
The water, boy. Oh God.
Ecclesiastics, I think. Is
No.
Oh my God. I've never heard of this.
Ephesians.
What the fuck that mean?
It's a book of the Bible.
It's a book in the Bible, Ephesians.
Let's read it.
No, Ephesians.
It sounds like he gonna feed
which would not be a bad book in the Bible, because it would reference the feeding of the.
So since you so Christian-fied, because you left straight out of college, he went to UGA, y'all. He graduated with Ashley, went to UGA, and then turned into a pastor.
A lot happened in between that, but yes,
that's all I can.
Along with you working with Miss Pat at the stadium,
did.
right?
I sure
He
did.
was my favorite.
Now, how's
That's what
Ciara
brought
gonna
me
feel
to
about
it.
that?
What?
Did you Ciara, the singer who's married to the
Sarah
football
only
player?
worked one time. You remember that time she came to work? She worked one time at the Dome.
I don't remember.
It was quick. I had did something for the cheerleading team. That's when I first got started. So at first it was the football team. Then I helped out the cheerleading team. And then I said, fuck it, I can do this on my own.
Now,
then that's when
I came in on your
on my own.
On your own.
So for people who don't know, aren't familiar with the football stadium thing, Pat, explain what you were doing at the Georgia.
I had a fake ass nonprofit group.
I was about to say, okay, so what are the statutory laws, right?
So I had a nonprofit.
We don't care.
I had a nonprofit organization where I
profited a lot. I say you profited a lot.
And so I just gave jobs to the kids in the community.
Which is true.
Yeah.
You paid us $30 for hard labor.
Yeah.
Did she stand around just barking orders and not working?
You know what? She really sometimes it was like, is she gonna do anything? But I mean, she was the boss, so she really did. But the way she would,
I see a pattern here. Dion.
You notice?
I had never been cussed out like that before in my life. I think the first time I showed up to work, she looked at me, and I had never been called a that many times. No, legit. Like
you say for the record what year this was?
I had never in my life been cussed out like that.
I ain't call you no.
Yes, you did. You did. Over and over again.
Calling that man of the cloth a liar.
This before I got saved now. And let me say why I probably said that. Because when Antonio looked very gay back in the day. But
how does one look gay?
But it wasn't that he looked gay. He was different. Like you can tell that he was no thug. He was no nigga. He was all about his education. He was all about being number one. And he just didn't fit in. So Ashley was like, I got this friend Antonio, and he showed up, and I was like, where you get a little from?
Which is exactly what happened. You gotta set the stage though. Can I tell the first time I met you?
Because what year is this? What year
I was a freshman in high school.
So probably 94.
It was 94. I'm only 39 years old. What?
Oh, geez. So this is like 99.
No, this was 2000. No.
Yeah, it was 2000 because Gary Allen Junebug was born.
It was 2000.
Probably 2000.
It was 2000. We graduated in 200004. So I met you.
I said it a lot back then.
It was 2000.
2000.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
And I walked in the house. First, I knocked on the door many times and nobody answered it. And so finally, I just heard, come in, mother. And then all of a sudden I walk in and she was sitting downstairs on the couch.
She had pants on.
She had on some sweatpants and an oversized shirt. And I stood there at the bottom of the stairs and she looked at me and she said, who is this? That was the first introduction that I had.
I've changed.
That's what she said. And I was like,
wow, this story.
And from there, I was cussed out the whole day. And then I got sick. I got sick because of the grease smell.
I remember that.
I got sick because the grease smell was so bad that I got sick.
Now, can we clarify what smelled like grease?
What'd you say?
What smelled like grease?
Well, we was frying food and we wouldn't go work, and then I think
it wasn't booty.
French fries.
It was chicken. It was chicken tenders and French fries.
Yes,
okay.
You had me cooking the chicken tenders and French fries.
And I think he fainted.
I did. I was passing out. I had never been in that type of environment before. I was overstimulated. First it was the greed. First it was being cussed out.
Yeah.
It was like, dang, like who am I now as a person, as a man?
Did you have
They had the factory reset. Hold on a minute. Check everything.
His mind pressed the power button and his body pressed the up volume.
Exactly. And so I passed out, and then I thought, I'm never doing that again. And no, at the end of it, because we worked a long time. At the end of it, you gave me $30, and I thought
tips.
I didn't get.
You don't
tips.
remember that part.
You didn't get. I didn't make tips that day.
Oh,
I wasn't fortunate enough to make tips.
Pat, how much did you take home that day?
$2,000. I got
it was a non-profit.
Hey, Cornelius, feel free to browse through the house and take anything you need. Yeah.
Grab one of them candles she loves so much.
Yeah, reparations.
By the way, y'all make sure y'all use the promo code Big Ass Candle and get one, Miss Pat. So I don't know how he came back because a lot of kids wouldn't come back. I remember one time somebody mama came over and cussed me out, and I think it was Waka Flocka mama. Because he came and worked with my nephew Corey one time, if I'm not mistaken. And somebody mama came over, and remember Chandra, them daddy came over to cuss me out. Yeah. He was military, big old dude. And I went home, and I had to get the kids all back in carloads, and some kids had to go, like Antonio could drive, so they would have to go back and get the kids. And one of the girls was on the second low, huh?
I remember that because you never paid me in gas for doing that.
Man.
Not only was I abused at work, but I was literally.
You have been a Republican a long time.
I was a mule. Bringing her subjects to subject to more pain.
What the fuck you call me?
I say you've been a Republican a long time. Child labor, underplaying.
We're gonna start calling you Bezos.
They went back and go get one. It was two sisters, and one they rode in different cars, and their dad was very military, and they was scared of their father, right? And so he come in my house, and he was like, this man was military down. He probably 6'4". He come up. Now I'm in my bed in my drawers, laying down, waiting on everybody to come get their kid. He was like, "Young lady." I said, "Who the fuck you is?" He said, "You left my daughter down there." I said, he started talking that shit to me. I jumped up. I'm in my drawers, and I'm living in my house in Riverdale. I pushed that nigga all the way down them stairs.
Sort of like Morty's tape. I've seen this move.
I pushed him, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, she hit Chandra daddy. She hit Chandra." And I got that nigga and I threw him out my house.
The sad thing is, I remember this.
I was hitting him and everything. He never hit me back.
Of course he didn't hit you back.
Accountability showed up and you pushed it out the door.
I pushed him so hard down them steps, and I jumped over them steps, and I just started beating on him out the door. And they was like, to them, their daddy was like Hercules. He was like, because he was so strict.
Yeah.
Did
they ever come back?
They came back. The mama would let them back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the daddy never came back to my house after that.
What did you beat him for?
Just because he walked in my room and I had on my bra. Because you know what it was is like I really started it off for me, but then it ended up really being something for the kids. Keep the kids, because we was like a group. Yes, it was. We was like everybody was like a family.
We were working.
We were like a group, in the way that
I'm a company. Y'all go to work for me.
In the way that Kim Jong-un has a family of a nation, and
stand behind me on vacation.
You did.
And when somebody was in need, I always took
vacations were you.
They not your vacation now, nigga.
Well, even back then, it was
Murder Beach.
It was Myrtle Beach. Remember, you took us to the Dolly Parton show, and you cussed throughout the entire show. He's like, "Why we come to this white folks shit?" I was like, "Whoa, what are we doing?" Remember that? Remember, you got a ticket on the way back because I think it was Junebug. Junebug wasn't in his seat. Yes. And then when the police officer came to the window, Junebug gave him a middle finger. I was like, what am I in? Like, I didn't grow up like this. I don't know what I'm doing. You ever heard the story about crystals?
No.
Okay. So we would get off work. At like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And mind you, your truck fit 1, 2, 3.
I was having a Montero, a green Montero.
I would say 5 people comfortably. It's 9 of us in the truck. People sit in each other's laps. So She's hungry. We all hungry. So we go to Krystal's.
That's like White Castles for the Midwest people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go into Krystal's. We in line. She gonna talk about some. Give me what was that sack full?
Yep.
Give me a sack full. Get a sack full. She get a sack full. Every time I always knew if it wasn't hot, she was giving it back, but not handing it back to them. I'm talking about first I'm gonna cuss you out, and then she took the crystals and she threw them back. And she said, "Make them again, nigga."
I feel like Tupac's Changes should be playing right now.
I was like, "What are we doing?" I couldn't. I'm like, "Yo, I'm going to jail."
Did
I'm
you
15 years old.
Cornelius, did you grow up in like a Christian family? Like,
partly, yeah. I mean, we weren't cussing each other. I mean, we definitely weren't throwing crystals back at the work.
Say, make it right.
It's just nice to have someone. I'm like, this. The first time I went to her house, it was the same thing. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, everybody in Atlanta was not born like her.
I had no idea what was going on in the house.
He was just bougie.
No, I wasn't.
You were feral.
I was gonna say the man showed up in your room and you beat him. He was trying to find out why his daughter was alone. And you said, "Nigga, out my house."
You threw a crystal and called him the N-word.
That is true. She did.
To help you call him a faggot. What are you talking about?
I do not remember the line. I don't.
He does. That ain't some shit you forget. Hi, lady, what faggot? Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, but
Ava is a credit building app that makes it so easy to improve your credit fast so you can get better rates on loans, pay off debts faster, and keep more money in your pocket. You can be approved for Ava in just 5 minutes and get a credit limit up to $2,500 to pay any existing bill and subscription automatically. No credit check, no interest, no hidden fees, just an easy tool to help build your credit. Ava reports your on-time payments to all the credit bureaus every single day, helping you build a solid credit history quickly. All I need you to do is take control of your credit right now. Download the Ava app, spell AVA today, and when you join using promo code PATDOWN20, you will save 20% off your first year, monthly or annual choice. Get the Ava app and use promo code PATDOWN20 so you know you heard it from me. That's promo code PATDOWN20. Thanks to Ava, and now you can go get your credit good.
Miss Pat's stories are my favorite stories.
I have so many of them. I
feel like you listen to the podcast based on a couple things you've said and
absolutely
the stuff So like, give us a picture of like Pat now versus Pat then. How much has changed, if anything? Like, what do you see in her changes, growth?
Some things will never be the same.
I think honestly, I just feel like she's more refined. But ultimately, like, one thing I've always loved about Miss Pat,
she got a lawyer.
She was always real.
Yeah.
And that hasn't changed. Like, even the time we spent together before the podcast, like, this is my first time seeing her in years. I think the last time we really talked, my wife and I were living in Mississippi. Miss Pat was on tour with Cat Williams. And this is her first time meeting my wife, mind you. And my wife is a lot more subdued than I am. Like, yes. And Miss Pat looks at her and we were talking about having a baby. We just had a miscarriage. And Miss Pat said, "Well, y'all need to have sex when it's wet down there." And my wife kind of clammed up like, "Hold on, what did she just say?"
I don't remember that.
She was like, "Yeah, when your coochie get wet down there, you need to make sure." And it was like, okay, like, this is different. Like, we've never had this kind of dialogue before, especially somebody you just met.
Nice to meet you, dry pussy.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What was your thinking, Pat?
I was thinking she need to ovulate to get pregnant. And so I was trying to say it like professionally. So
she a medical diagnosis.
Dr. Pat, yeah, she's
try having sex when you're wet. This has been a
He
Dr.
remembered
Pat
too much.
consultation.
I cannot forget though. These are monumental times in my life. But I learned so much from this Pat. I learned so much about business in some ways. In some ways. and the hustle. I definitely learned from Miss Pat. But Miss Pat's always been real. And so
in reading about your book too, like you talk about people pleasing and kind of not being authentic. I mean, what impression did she leave on you like early on? Because you wrote a book called I Don't Care,
right,
which is right here in the frame if you're watching the video. Like as a teenager around Miss Pat, because I know in my own life, she's taught me to be much more forceful.
Assertive.
Like, assertive is the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Like,
be a nigga, Chris.
Thanks. Give me one of these right here. What did you learn from Miss Pat as a teenager? Like watching that audacity, assertiveness, when you didn't necessarily have that in yourself at the time.
I had it, but I didn't have it to the cutthroat way that she did.
I know how to talk to people.
I feel like mine was a little bit more refined, and hers was so unrefined, and it was intimidating at first, but then it became extremely refreshing because, like, it's cool that she said I was her favorite because she was mine. Like, Miss Pat means a lot to me, and learning about, who I am and all that kind of stuff like that. I learned a lot from that. I learned a lot from her from that. Then I got into a system that kind of, I don't say it erased it, but it was a lot about pretending to be someone that I wasn't.
Would you say if you don't feel like you have a good core, it teaches you how to act to fit in?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that you don't have to fit into anywhere. I mean, that's me. I'm not going to get into a room and jump into your puzzle because I'm big enough to be the ace to start the puzzle. So I'm never gonna. This is me. I stay the same all the time, and I really think that's what people appreciate about me. I don't know how to be no other way. If I don't like you, I'm gonna say I don't like you. If I don't want to be there, I'm gonna say I don't want to be there. And then that's what I always try to tell people. I said, stop letting people push you up against the wall and put you in a box and say what the fuck you got to say. Because sometimes when you think you losing a lot, when you losing a lot, you might be gaining a lot. So I just, and that's what I hope a lot of the kids walked away with. I bump into them all the time. I've been working on my house in Riverdale. That's where they graduated high school at. And all I've been doing is just running into kids. And they was like, oh, Miss Pat, I remember when you told me this. Oh, Miss Pat, I remember when you said this to me. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Half of the kids, I don't know who the fuck they is now because they look older than me. But I just ran into like 3 kids working at Home Depot. And they was like, do you remember me? And I just said, yeah, I don't remember the kid, but they had so many stories about me. But I hope, not your shit though. What I hope is that you
Don't
can
go back to that Home Depot. You just lied about knowing them niggas from. When they hear this bullshit, your price is gonna go up.
Well, I just say this. I hope that everybody can take something. One of them good old cussing I gave you. Maybe I built your self-esteem. I don't remember calling you no, but I'm sorry.
That's how cussing work, Pat.
What?
I said, I don't think that's how cussing works.
I've never heard you say I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry because I don't remember calling you no. But you did come to my house
didn't understand what I was saying.
How do you? I guess I was trying to figure out so how did. No, that's another thing. I've never had somebody to just call me something other than who I believe that I was. So it was a contradiction for me because it's like, yo, I know who I am, but I got somebody else who is so assertive in calling me something that I know who I am.
The problem with him was that he didn't look like everybody else Ashley brought to the house. He was like well cut, well spoken, and he was different. He was really different. He wasn't everybody else was trying to be, this is when that thugging shit first came out. Everybody else was trying to be something that they not. And he walked in the house, dressed a different way. He never sloshed his pants. He's always well spoken. He always used big words. I had to get on him about using big words because y'all was barely learning anything at Riverdale. So that was not the play. And I used to tell him, dial back your vocabulary. You know, you up here intimidating these people with these big ass words. And this was before Google even came out. I think actually was the
how you water the youth.
Sir, this is no place for diction and grammar.
Go on with all that learning and bullshit.
But what she was referring to is I was running for class president.
Okay.
My sophomore year of high school.
And nobody wanted to vote for him.
She was saying, because it was a mostly black school, and she was saying
it was all black and probably 2 Asians and 4 white girls.
This is correct. And she was saying that none of the black people wanted to vote for me. She said, because you're too smart and you don't appeal to them.
Well, what I was telling him, I said, one thing I hope that you learn, I remember before you went off to UGA, I said, you got to learn how to bring yourself to be in any type of room, whether you're in there with some scums, whether you're in there with some high-end people, I think that you can put me in any room and I could function. And that's what I used to try to tell you. What?
I don't.
You're goddamn lie. I've been in them rooms.
I put you in that so you don't know what the fuck going on. You like, what the hell that nigga say about where the moon at?
Apparently, if we put her on a dictionary committee, she's gonna be angry.
But you know what? To find out what a word mean, all you got to do is listen to the conversation. Because when you talking, that'll give the fucking word the definition of the word. But what I would always try to tell Antonio, I said, you know, you act like you go to school in Buckhead, and you don't. And I'm not telling you to downgrade yourself for them, but understand the room that you in.
I know what
you know. If you around people, and then all you do is just use big old words, and they're not going to be attracted to you. And so I told him, and I got all the kids together. I said, look, you have a young black man that's running for class president. And I think you're running against an Asian at the time.
Was
that his qualifications for office?
Was he mainland or island?
Well, I'm just keeping it real. I'm not prejudiced. I'm just.
If I had said that,
yeah, it was an Asian girl. She ended up being valid.
I would not say her name.
Yeah, but so she was, and I said, I want y'all to realize one thing. You have a very intelligent young black man who's running for class president, and y'all saying y'all don't want to vote for him because he don't act like y'all. But I said he's the most qualified nigga out of all you niggas. And that's how I told them. They was
this was a conversation that was had in the basement of the house in Riverdale.
Yes.
With me standing right there as she referred to me as the most educated nigga out of all of y'all.
Yes. And I said, the rest of y'all some dummies, but this boy is really serious about going to college, going off to becoming something big in life. Whatever you motherfucker gonna get, ever you ain't gonna be shit. And I just told him, and I said, why wouldn't you vote for him? Why wouldn't you?
That's accurate.
And then they all voted for him, and he won.
They did.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
They did all vote for me. And I think what also helped was the fact that a lot of the popular kids who all the other kids looked up to, they were in that room when she was talking. So when they was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for Tonio, then they was like, okay, I'm gonna do it too.
And then I think a lot of them just didn't get to know him. You know, they thought he was serious about his work. He running for class president. He was a part of this. He was a part of that.
I mean, I wore my shirt in my pants. And I wore a belt to school every day.
He was part of what was that? Beta
The evidence is really piling up.
Club, I was FFA, FBLA.
Wasn't Ashley that bullshit too?
She in FCA?
No, she was a part of all of that, and she was in the orchestra and all of that shit.
I mean, we took AP classes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ashley's educated and
she's
smart,
very.
And the way that she spoke and everything, which is how that's why Ashley and I became friends, because we took some of the same classes together. And I still don't know to this day how she thought that I would be okay working with you, which is crazy. I don't know. So I think that's a question I would love to ask her. Like, how did she think that I would fare in that type of environment?
I want to know who the Asian brought in.
She did lose, and then she ran against me my junior year as well, and I won again. Then I won my senior year.
She got to work on her special guests.
Did you win Prince something of Riverdale?
Prince of Riverdale.
I won. I was just class president, but I got I was Mr. GQ. That's what it was, and I was voted most likely to succeed. Then I went to college and I dropped out.
So I want to kind of relate this back to the book. So that sticking out like a sore thumb is basically how she makes it sound. Like, how did that affect your self-perception and how you viewed yourself that kind of led you to where you are in the book?
Well, I mean, I always felt like I stuck out. I was born in Mississippi, born in a small town. I was around a lot of white people. So I always felt like I stuck out there. I wasn't very athletic. I was a short, fat kid. I didn't like sports. I'm not really a big sports guy. So that was always a thing against me. And then when I get to high school, I moved to Atlanta. I really stick out because I'm starting 9th grade from Mississippi. And now I'm in Atlanta. I'm going from what's up, dude, cowbunga to, hey, howdy. And then I'm going now to what up, shout. Hey, what up, cool. And I don't know what that language is. I didn't know Jabot jeans. I didn't know, 3XTs. So I felt like I stuck out there. And then when I met Miss Pat, it's like, oh, I really stick out now because now I'm being referred to. It was a lot. It was a lot. I didn't know what I was. And so I was trying to figure all that stuff out. And then I had father wounds and I talk about it in my book, like father wounds from the man who was there. I found out about 3 years ago that the man who raised me isn't my biological father. I actually have I have a biological father, and I finally went to go meet him like 2 years ago. So, I mean, it was a lot. Just kind of learn who I am as a man, as a Black man, as a man who wants to be successful, who's trying to be successful. I didn't think like other people politically. And me and Miss Pat had a lot of conversations about that, in which I was just different. I knew that, but I had to get to that point of realizing that I don't care. It has to be more of a mentality that, I can love who I am without denying like those parts of myself just to fit in with everybody else, which is exactly what Miss Pat was just saying she was trying to teach me. And a big part of that I had to learn, and I'm glad I did.
I remember when he went off the UGA and and I was tough on kids because I grew up tough as a kid. And he said he worked at a bookstore, and he said your boss was an asshole, and you said it was nothing to him. He was like, it wasn't shit to me because he had already dealt with me in his life. So this piece of shit did not bother him.
No, asshole had already been ripped open from a previous experience. By the time I got to this little Pecker's rimming, I didn't feel anything. Thanks, Miss.
That's very accurate. I mean, because you couldn't get any worse than
nigga. We know.
No, we know.
Nigga, we know.
We know.
We've been knowing.
Let me say,
we love these stories.
It was all out of love. So, I didn't take on any of those kids. That, I might have cussed them out, but I also had real conversation. I mean, I did. I cussed out everybody, child. But the parents knew that
your 2-year-old was flipping off cops.
What?
He said Junebug flipped off the cops. You talking about I was tough on the children. Yeah, nigga, we know every instance you have been tough on a child. Even the one in the closet.
Because the cop was actually going to let us go because he pulled us over for speeding. Well, he pulled Miss Pat over for speeding. And he was going to let us go. And then Junebug threw him a bird. And he decided to give Miss Pat a ticket because he was out of his car seat.
How old was Junebug?
The fact was, Junebug didn't have a car seat. So, and me, I'm sitting in the back like, I don't think the officer understands that he's never had a car seat. I don't understand what he wants him to get into.
The Bush presidency.
The whole time I'm thinking, we're definitely going to jail. Like all of us are going to jail. And I don't know. It was just a different experience. I wasn't sure, but he gave us Pat a ticket because Junebug was in the car seat, and then he just let us go.
She sits here every week and talks shit about Nike, but gave him the head trauma from aggressive braking. This is my favorite podcast in a very long time.
Thank you so much, Antonio.
I did.
What do you want me to call you? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Antonio Cornelius. At this point, the name on the book is Cornelius Lindsey, but I mean, hey, Antonio, I don't know.
But and again, I cared about each one of them. I would have conversations with those kids that they wouldn't even have with their parents. And I would always keep it real. You know, they would be around my house being fast. And I said, look, I'm not going to tell you not to get no dick. Dick is good. What I'm going to tell you, though.
Please don't say that into a podcast microphone. I'm not going to tell these children not to be fucking. Dick is great. Don't say that to kids.
What are you running for president?
What are you talking about? Stop.
I was like, dick is good. But I'm going to say this, protect yourself. Do not get pregnant. Don't be no fucking fool. Because I knew them kids was on there fucking each other, hunching on each other. Who was that? Used to take everybody home. Would take people home and for him to drop you off, you had to suck his dick. And they just love sucking his dick in my car.
Remember that.
And I'm like,
he would always drive her car to take him home.
When I found out he was getting head at every stop, I beat his ass.
I remember.
That is the most 18-year-old boy shit ever.
I do remember that because I remember the girl who brought it up because she was like, I don't want to ride with him. And he was like, why, B? You She was like, no, because he gonna make me give him head. And you was like, what? And then that's when it all just unraveled. But
I was like, you sucking dick for a free ride home? That's my car. You don't have to suck dick to ride. What?
Well, I remember one of them. You said, how is your self-esteem that low that you feel like you just can't hit that nigga and get out the car and run? And I was like, but this is a grown man.
That nigga was your age.
Oh my God.
He was a big guy. I don't give a fuck. He was skinny. But I was like, boy, you right here getting your dick sucked to get ride homes in my car. It's my car. I should be getting my dick sucked. But I don't want my dick sucked. Why you got these girls sucking? And it wasn't one girl. It was for everybody had to suck his dick at every stop.
Every girl. Please make that clear. Please make it clear. It was every girl.
We've mentioned his name a couple of times, Kate. So just
you
might have to go back.
I've already written instructions to Kate about all the things.
I could not believe it. I was so mad at him, and I was like, "You cannot drive my car home for dick sucking.
Head ring.
Get your dick sucked.
Somebody else's car."
And he would always volunteer. I'll take everybody home, and them hoes be like, "No, you won't."
Yeah, they refused to ride with him. They were refused to ride with him. Which I didn't understand in the beginning, but then when she said it, it was like, oh, okay.
But you know what? She had done it many times. Let's get this clear. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was rape. I said it was all fooling around with each other. It was no. I'm being honest with you. It was no. I think that night she just didn't want. Yeah, they didn't want. She didn't want to suck it that night. But they had all been sleeping together and playing around with each other and all of that bullshit.
Not me though.
Yeah. You seem like a nice guy.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank
you.
You
do. Yeah.
You really do. You got some great stories too.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was the only one. I mean, I was great the whole time. I never got in any trouble.
No, he never got in any trouble. I don't think he was fucking either.
You say you're married. How long you been married?
15 years. Nice. August 14th.
Was you sexual active when you were working with me? I know you weren't having sex.
This podcast reaches a lot of people. No, I was. When you say sexually active, that means that somebody has to be actively pursuing it, and it wasn't an active pursuit.
Was not an active pursuit.
It was not an active pursuit. So
you tripped and fell into the pussy. Is what you're saying. Come on now, don't be lying.
Because you know what?
You can come in here if you want to.
It was a bunch of kids working with me, and they all gathered at my house, and I would get the other kids to take. I don't tell them what they was fucking doing.
But I had a couple girls who I really like. I wanted to actually be in a relationship with these girls, and
yeah.
Miss Pat knows. I mean, I started working out. I do like body physique competition and stuff now, but I started working out because of one of the girls that I work with, who was in my grade, who said she didn't date fat boys. Oh. And Miss Pat was trying to encourage. I think he was trying to encourage me to date her.
No, you liked her, and then I was like, fuck her. She don't like you. Find you somebody else.
I think I like Cornelius. I was student class president in 5th grade. I was also fat. I've also been bullied by Miss Pat a lot of times.
Yeah, kindred spirits.
Yeah,
it's Ebony and Ivory.
Yep.
I also heard you're a libertarian.
Is.
I also heard that you're also a libertarian.
I am. Yep. I have a libertarian.
Are you a libertarian as well?
Absolutely.
Oh,
So y'all
look,
both
this-
be wasting y'all
Let's
break.
take a break. Hold on, let's take a break.
All right.
Take a break, nigga. I gotta go.
Start talking about libertarians and she's got to take a break. Might convince some people that things are fucked up.
This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but one PrizePick being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. It's easy to get started, y'all. Just choose more or less on your player stack projector. And guess what, y'all? I do PrizePick every weekend, and it's none of your business which way my pockets flow. With PrizePicks, cashing out is quick. They offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. And PrizePicks even has Flex Play, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the app today and use the code PATDOWN to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code PATDOWN to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 in lineups. PrizePicks is good to be right.
All together. We was like, they was under me and doing all the stuff. I'm like, yeah, you were the chief executive officer of Patricia's now.
But ultimately, I became like a manager, and
Yeah,
I started working my way up. So I went from $30 to making more. Then I made a lot more, and then I learned some things that made a whole lot more.
How many years did this go on?
My whole high school year. But thankfully, and since the statutory laws are gone, when I started working for her, I had a fake ID, so it wasn't my name.
Did she give it to you?
She did not give it to me. I actually drove by this place, so it's not there anymore. That's good. But it was a beauty supply store in Riverdale that they sold colored contacts, and in the back you can pay $20 to get a Georgia ID.
Who was your fake ID name?
Leroy Brown.
The baddest man in town.
Leroy Brown was my name. So when I started working, when I signed my paperwork, I signed everything Leroy Brown, but I didn't use my name. And I had gray contacts in my eyes.
Hey, he sure did. I think we had to get you to take some more kids up there to get a fake ID so they can sell beer. Because at the time I used to sell beer in the park and at the thing, and you had to be 18, and nobody was even 17. And
I was 15.
Yeah, so I told him
14 when I got the ID.
America does not give a fuck.
I was 14.
They don't check shit.
And I was learning how to pour beer.
Leroy Brown.
The mistake was trusting her.
Nigga with silver eyes named Leroy Brown, 15 years old, selling people beer. I know.
You could never get away with this shit now.
Said if you need a ride home, you know what you got to do.
And that is exactly why y'all should buy his book, because it's fucking good. How do they get your book, Antonio?
They can get us on Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com. You can also go to my website, CorneliusLindsey.com.
Yeah,
I read the first three chapters and enjoyed
This is book number 17, but this is the book that I care the most about because I think it culminates a lot of the things that I've written and talks about. I mean, it's part memoir, but it's also part self-help. And if there's anybody who I think embodies the ideology of I don't care, it's definitely Miss Pat.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's another way we can say it too.
Yeah.
I didn't want to call the book. So.
I mean, you can't give a fuck because when you give a fuck, you hold all of that shit in, and it produces those little cells that make you have a stroke. And I ain't trying to be crooked.
Hey man,
what?
I ain't trying to be.
I don't get that.
Cricket?
Crooked. You know when you stroke out your face, go. I probably shouldn't have done the face, but you know what I'm saying.
Did you do the face?
I don't.
Hey,
There's a lot.
I gotta go.
This is finally get a Christian on the podcast.
Yeah, we wilding today.
It's the worst one.
Miss Pat's a Christian.
Oh Lord,
You're not a Christian? You're a Christian.
I know a nigga named Christian, but
You
ain't getting me to claim that shit. These Christians ain't right now. Y'all please go pick up his book. It's at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and his website, CorneliusLindsey.com. I'm telling you, this is my boo. I've raised this child. I've taught this child. And let me just say this. I do not remember calling him the F word. At that time, I was not in my right sense. So I apologize. I was trying to call you a flag boy. So I was not trying to call you a flag.
Was he known for carrying flags around?
He looked like a good American.
What, was he a color guard?
What up, flag man?
But hey, times have
old
changed.
Cornelius.
Yo, I raised him. Now he's my rich friend.
I did learn from Miss Pat. I never wanted to be poor again. So.
If this is what it does to a person,
I never want to be poor again. I remember seeing the roaches crawl across her TV.
On TV.
Oh, he ain't on the show.
Yep.
Fuck you, Kenny. We're gonna end it with that. Make sure y'all go to my fuck everybody. Y'all go to my website, MissPatCompany.com, and get your tickets. This week, I am in Greensville, South Carolina. Is it North Carolina?
South Carolina.
I'm in Greenville, South Carolina at the Comedy Zone. So make sure you pick up your tickets at MissPatComedy.com. Please go to MissPatComedy.com and do not forget the party. October 17th, 18th, 19th is going down here in Atlanta, and we're going to have a fucking ball. With that said, thank y'all for tuning in.